Have you ever felt like you're not living up to your full potential? Like there's a voice inside your head telling you to quit when things get tough? Today, we're diving into a book that will teach you how to shut that voice down for good. We're talking about Can't Hurt Me by the one and only David Goggins. This isn't just a book, it's a blueprint for building an unbreakable mind. Imagine a kid growing up in a nightmare. We're talking poverty, prejudice, and horrific abuse at the hands of his own father. This was David Goggins' reality. He was overweight, struggling in school, and haunted by trauma. The world had dealt him a terrible hand, and by all accounts, he was set up for failure. This is where most stories would end, but for Goggins, it was just the beginning. One day, he saw a documentary about the Navy SEALs. He saw these elite warriors pushing through hell, and something clicked. He decided he wanted to be one of them. The problem? He was nearly 300 pounds and couldn't even swim. The recruiters literally laughed at him. Everyone told him it was impossible. This is where the first major lesson from the book comes in. The accountability mirror. Goggins stood in front of his mirror and got brutally honest with himself. No more excuses, no more blaming his past. He wrote down his goals on sticky notes, lose over 100 pounds in less than 3 months, and pass the brutal SEAL training. He looked at that reflection every single day and held himself accountable. He owned his shortcomings and decided to declare war on them. Think about that for a second. What if you did that? What if you looked in the mirror and were completely honest about what's holding you back? Not to beat yourself up, but to take ownership. It's a powerful first step. So Goggins started his insane transformation. He'd wake up at 4 a.m., ride a stationary bike for hours, swim, lift weights and run, all while studying to pass the military entrance exam. It was pure agony. His body screamed, his mind begged him to stop. This introduces the next core concept, callousing the mind. Goggins believes that just like our hands get calluses from hard work, our minds can too. We get tougher by intentionally doing things we don't want to do. When that voice in your head says, "It's too cold to run," that's the exact moment you need to lace up your shoes and get out there. Every time you push past that discomfort, your mind gets a little bit stronger, a little more calloused against quitting. I tried this myself, in a much smaller way, of course. I hate waking up early. My alarm would go off, and my first instinct was always to hit snooze. After reading this, I forced myself to get up immediately. The first few days were miserable, but after a week, it got easier. I was proving to myself that I was in control, not my lazy morning brain. It's about winning those small battles. Then comes the 40% rule. Goggins argues that when your mind is telling you that you're done, that you're completely exhausted and can't go any further, you're really only at 40% of your true capability. Your brain has a built-in governor, a self-preservation mechanism that tries to protect you. But to truly grow, you have to push past that false ceiling. Goggins lived this during Hell Week, a grueling 130-hour training ordeal with less than 4 hours of total sleep. He suffered stress fractures in both legs, developed pneumonia, and was pushed to the absolute brink of human endurance. His body was broken, but while others quit, he tapped into that extra 60%. He realized that the pain was temporary and that his mind was the only thing that could truly make him stop. He visualized his goals, remembered why he started, and kept putting one foot in front of the other. This brings us to one of the most practical tools in the book, the cookie jar. No, it's not about rewarding yourself with treats. The cookie jar is a mental inventory of all your past victories and accomplishments. When you're facing a seemingly impossible challenge and feel like giving up, you mentally reach into the cookie jar and pull out a memory of a time you overcame something difficult. Remember that time you aced a test you thought you'd fail? Put it in the cookie jar. That time you finished a 5K race you didn't think you could? Cookie jar. That time you stood up for yourself? Cookie jar. These memories are proof that you are capable, that you've been a badass before and can be one again. Goggins used his cookie jar during his first 100-mile ultramarathon. With his kidneys failing and his body shutting down around mile 70, he didn't think about the pain. He thought about surviving Hell Week. He thought about losing all that weight. He drew strength from his past triumphs to fuel his present fight. So, how do we apply this? Goggins provides challenges at the end of each chapter. Challenge number 1 is the accountability mirror we talked about. Another one is to document your insecurities and the things that limit you. Write them down. Acknowledge them. Then start attacking them one by one. Do something that makes you uncomfortable every single day. It doesn't have to be running an ultramarathon. It could be having a difficult conversation you've been avoiding. It could be signing up for a class you're scared of. It could be hitting the gym when you're feeling tired. The point is to seek out discomfort. That's where the growth happens. Can't Hurt Me is not your typical self-help book. It's raw, it's intense, and it's brutally honest. David Goggins doesn't offer you a magic pill or a shortcut. He offers you a path through suffering. He teaches you that the obstacles in your life are not roadblocks. They are opportunities to forge a stronger version of yourself. He went from a victim of his circumstances to the master of his own mind. He became a Navy SEAL, an Army Ranger, and an elite ultramarathon runner, all by embracing the suck. His message is simple. You are capable of so much more than you think. The human spirit is incredibly resilient, but you have to be willing to get uncomfortable to unlock its power. You have to be willing to face your demons, get honest with yourself, and do the hard work that no one else sees. So I challenge you. What's one uncomfortable thing you can do today? What's one limiting belief you can challenge? Don't just watch this video and move on. Take one of these ideas, the accountability mirror, the 40% rule, the cookie jar, and actually apply it. That's the only way to make a real change. Start building your own calloused mind. Thanks for watching. If you got value from this, a like and a subscribe would be amazing. Let me know in the comments which of Goggins' lessons resonates with you the most. Stay hard.